Alright, this is Caput Piso, connecting the dots again between different disciplines. The brain creates God, especially if it ingests drugs.
American village, Indian elders snort a hallucinogenic drug called yopo. Joining them is a young apprentice. He'll also take the drug, and while under the influence, be stung by angry jungle beasts.
Gods are created by the ingestion of drugs.
Part of his training.
Affecting the brain.
Affecting the brain.
Catholic priest or imam
for pains in the
or a rabbi, the same thing. They are equally as valid and as true.
The people that have problems with health keep coming to me.
Right.
That's why I keep chanting and praying for them.
Praying, just like the Christians do. The Christians do.
He concocts a drug from the local flora called yopo.
When I take yopo, I see the gods and goddesses, and they give me medicine. And the people receive medicine and powers through me.
Through me. Belief system. The yopo guides Bolivar to suck on the boy's body, where evil spirits have inserted thorns.
Yeah, evil spirits, people. Just like the Christians.
Only by extracting the thorns can the boy be restored to
Muslims. The rest of the religious psychotic people.
All religions were created by ancient folks while ingesting drugs, psychotropic substances. Today, we know that the brain creates thoughts and is affected by chemicals. In ancient times, I didn't know that. So believing in God today and all this nonsense and demons and all that is a neurological disorder.
Why there are 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
They are deadly.
Yeah, they are very deadly.
The traditional way to fight demons is with literal exorcisms. Casting out demons of sin and forcing them to do battle.
Drugs, you have an excuse. But when you act nutty like this, you don't ingest any drugs, you have a problem with the brain. Ingest any drugs.
So religion
Most
started with.
outsiders would be alarmed to see an elderly man taking hallucinogenic drugs. But for the Pio Roa, Bolivar's ability to enlist the healing power of the spirits by
Exactly.
taking
He will
yopo
put in jail in the United States for molesting the boy.
In ancient times, they had no idea about the penis and the biology of it. It created orgasm, gave you orgasm, is a god. The same thing with stones. If you have stones and any type of crystals, they pick up the light and everything else. So they were magic. They were mysterious. So they were also sacred, representation of God. That also is included in the Mormon faith, which is actually a strain of schizophrenia or Christ psychosis. Joseph Smith saw this angel just because he had too many datura flowers, and the angel gave him 2 stones, the Umen and the Thumen, and a breastplate to translate the golden plates that were hidden in his farm. You can see here, during the inauguration of the church at Kirtland, they saw all kind of spirits, and the angels came around and talked to them. And this is recorded in the Mormon books, and it's nothing but action of Amanita Muscaria. 40,000 years ago, the penis was sacred. Here is a 11,000-year-old man, a phallic representation of the gods, a Greek sacred semen, collecting semen, and the Venus of Willendorf, another phallic object of creation. The Aztecs also
is perhaps the oldest professional in human prehistory. Shamans use hallucinogenic drugs to enter at will in and out of trance, to enter into an altered state of consciousness where he can communicate with spirit forces.
The Egyptians used it. It's just 5,000 years ago. Over 5,000.
The psychosis of believing God, or Abrahamic psychosis, clearly seen in the city of nuts, Jerusalem, where there is the Jerusalem syndrome.
Right there. There should be a mental institution too. Look at this.
Guardian angel may have been following superior orders.
Ha!
Pontiff said, quote, perhaps the Lord wanted to teach me more patience and humility and give me more time for prayer.
Look at the idiot.
A lot of people should learn that.
House, in Jesus' name, I pray.
Exactly.
תסמונת ירושלים, הדבר שמייחד אותה בעיניי,
religion is, it's schizophrenia. It's the people who schizophrenia.
But there is evidence that the ancient world's greatest thinkers also journeyed to the mind's darker side.
That's right.
Mystical world of spirits and visions.
That's the only way you can see God is by ingesting drugs, affect the brain.
Near Athens lies the city of Eleusis. Yes. In ancient times, it was the center of secret rites of the goddess Demeter, a mysterious cult which offered glimpses of immortality.
Notice that the God is a naked young men. All the religions have naked young men whose penises are adored and worshipped.
Christianity derived a lot from it.
Came in the drinking of a sacred potion, and that those who emerged from that initiation rite were profoundly changed.
Many drugs to see gods that were sacred for the American natives were imported by the criminal conquistadors, the schizophrenics. One of them was chocoatl, which became chocolate. It was used to see God because they put ayahuasca and the other psychotropic substances in the sacred.
Chocolate comes from that too.
Spanish conquistadors seized control of the Aztec Empire, they encountered the beans of the cacao tree, which the Indians made into a drug called jocoatl. In English, chocolate.
Chocolate. But it did have ayahuasca and they had drugs in it.
Beverage that was unsweetened and often mixed with red pepper and other spices. It was considered aphrodisiac and mind-altering. In some cultures it was reserved to the royalty of the tribes.
Exactly. Yeah. Coca and cola, the ingredients of cocaine drink, this man invented.
Coca-Cola, the beverage, was originally a medicinal product. The coca, of course, was the coca leaf of South America. The cola nut was the cola nut of Africa, which has caffeine in it. The soda fountain was a kind of poor man's health spa. You know, when you first would saddle up to the counter in the old drugstore at your corner town and you wanted the Coca-Cola, you didn't ask for the pause that refreshes. You asked literally, and the term was, give me a shot in the arm.
But within a few years,
a lot of people don't know this.
The horrified world discovered the miracle drug's dark side.
Very addictive.
As their citizens became addicted, governments swiftly outlawed cocaine. In 1905, Coca-Cola lost its kick when its cocaine was removed.
See? That's what happens. A lot of people don't know this.
One of Sigmund Freud's closest friends died from the cocaine habit Freud had so enthusiastically recommended.
Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, when they really started studying the brain and all that, and dreams and everything, was mentally healthy. In other words, he was an atheist. He was Jewish. That's when he started dwelling on that. He opened the mind to the study of the brain.
Affects the mind.
Freud himself avoided cocaine addiction, only to die of throat cancer from smoking 20 cigars a day.
Yeah, poor guy. He was brilliant. The father of
psychoanalysis. You can see the Bible is nothing but a compendium of mythologies, and it should be treated as such. Here is a neurological approach, an excellent book.
Las huacas están con espíritus que nos acompañan en toda nuestra vida, en toda nuestra labor científica.
He's from Peru, and he's an archaeologist, but he believes, he's a Christian. See? He is being infected with Christianity, and he believes all that crap.
The remnants of the past, not
despite being an archaeologist.
Rocks, but all
deluded beliefs as a reality that happens in all religions is a psychosis. And it happened even in intelligent people, like these archaeologists, still believing in these things. And these people that see a bunch of pile of rocks as it was Noah's Ark. It's another schizophrenic idiot.
One thing's for sure. A wooden boat on this scale could never have been built at the time of Noah.
There you go. That's a fact, a scientific fact. There's people get your brains fixed.
Want to believe that this is the site in spite of all of the evidence that's there, and their faith depends upon something like this being the real ark.
See, these delusion-inducing neurological disorders like schizophrenia or religious beliefs, they do not discriminate. They infect even scientists, and you see Francis Collins, you see this guy, biblical archaeologist. That's pseudoscience. These people are completely deluded because they still believe in imaginary friends and the Bible being the truth and all these ridiculous things. Zombie characters that resurrect and all that. That's a psychosis. In pace de oro.